Good morning, I'm Tamar Mehr and this is the day ahead. Coming up on the agenda for today, on the economic calendar, we're going to see at 1:30 Canada GDP and at 3 p.m. US Manufacturing PMI. Currency in play, we're going to take a look at the Japanese yen. We see the weakness continue. US dollar breaks above the 111 level. Commodities on the move. Gold is losing its shine. It's breaking below the level of 1320. Looking at the global index market, even though we got some good news regarding the US economy, it cooled down less than expected, yet the index market was little changed. And in equities, we're going to take a look at Alibaba and a potential setup that I'm loving the look of. And starting with the dollar index, and this is the daily chart, and I still got the Fibonacci that we drew in yesterday, and we can see the market came up to that level of 50% retracement and this previous swing high, these previous touches around the 96.2, and also reacted to that area, and currently we're sitting around it. And we have seen some strength coming into the US dollar, and quite notably here on dollar yen. And as we can see on the daily chart, we've got a lovely uptrend, clear series of higher highs and higher lows. Moving averages are fanning and in the correct order. We also broke through this very strong level of support and resistance. We can see a couple of touches here in the past, breaking up above it. This is also the round number 111, and currently overextended, meaning a bit of a distance between price action and the moving averages. In this case, what I'll be looking for is going down the time frame and looking for pullbacks within this trend back into the buy zone, that area between the 10 and the 20 moving averages, looking for a pullback, a test of this level from above, and a continuation of this move. You can also take a Fibonacci retracement here of this latest move, and we can see that currently what we've got is the area around the 61.8% retracement is clustering quite nicely with this previous level around the 111, this breakout level. However, if the market will continue to move higher, obviously I will need to redraw these fibs. A quick look at euro dollar, and on the daily chart what we can spot is that we're still stuck in a range and we're not really much trending. So the lower end of the range sits around the 1.1280 area and the top around the 1.14, and currently we're sitting in the middle. As we saw some strength coming back into the US dollar, we saw a pullback in the move here on euro dollar. We are in a small uptrend here on the daily chart, but once again a lot of level and a lot of price consolidation around this area. I'll be really interested if we can break below this lower level around the 1.12.5 or above this 1.14, but currently sitting in a big range. In commodities, gold here on the weekly chart continue its pullback, and again the level that I'm eyeing for the end of this pullback is around the 1300. Now I'm looking for some sort of a reaction to that level. You can see here with these two weekly candles, rejection of the level, coming down again, rejection of the level. This is rather strong level on this market, and if and when the market will pull back into that level, we also could see the market catching up with its moving averages, so back into the buy zone. The indicators, the momentum indicators, still looking bullish and still pushing to the upside. Currently we're still in the middle of this pullback. Now when we look at it on the daily chart, the picture is a bit different. Obviously, as the higher time frame are pulling back, lower time frame tend to change direction or even break the trend. And as we can see here, we pull back below that buy zone, the area between the 10 and the 20 moving averages, and coming down into the 50 MA. What I like about that if we'll sit around the 50 MA, again, it's that level of the 1300, and also it would work out this divergence that we have on this previous swing high, and I'll be looking for the lower time frame to see sign that the pullback is over and look to be a buyer around that level. Let's take a look at oil, and crude is back into that resistance level around the 57.4. If we'll take a look here at the 4 hours where we looked at yesterday, we were actually looking for a reaction to this level, a very strong level in the past. We fell a lot before that. We pulled back into that level. We didn't fall as much. We fell practically into that 56.5 level that we looked at yesterday, and now we're pushing up again. So really what we're forming up here is equal high or somewhat equal highs and higher lows. So the market is pushing higher. Every time the market comes up into this level, there are more sellers at that level, but they're losing momentum higher and higher closer to that level. So this looks like a rather bullish pattern. There's convergence of the indicator to the upside, so I'll be looking for a move higher. However, we do have that 58 level up above, so I'll be very cautious around that level and potentially look for an opportunity on a much lower time frame as the market break above this level, pull back to test it from above, and then look for around up until that 58 area. Moving to the index market, and on the S&P 500, still underneath that 2800 level, still unable to break it. We actually closed bearish for the day, but there was some good activity during the Asia session that pushed the price higher above its close, and we could potentially see a test of that 2800 during the European session. If we look at the DAX, the Germany 30, we can also see there's a bit of activity there as well, and we also broke up above the highs of previously 4 hours a candle. So we looked at this area yesterday, that 11,550 area. We were sitting around here. I was looking at the break of this neck. We got that break falling down into the 11,400, complete rejection, more buyers coming back into the market around this level. You can see it definitely touches at that level. Rejection, some more rejection around that area. It's also a round number, pushing higher, and today on the Asia session breaking up above this area. Now it's not yet a strong break above, but so far the market is looking quite bullish. I'd like to see a further move above that area, and then again I'll be looking for a close of 1 hour, 2 hour candles into the session, and then a pullback into this breakout level to test it from above for a continuation of that move. Moving into the Australian market, the ASX 200, and the key level for me here is the 6200. If I mark that level and we'll go into the higher time frame, we can see how strong that level has been in the past. Plenty of touches, plenty of rejection at that level. You can see all this area rejecting it from above until smashing below it, testing it and falling off. Currently we're sitting in and around that level. So this is a key level for me. I'll be a lot more bullish if we are above this level. I'll be looking for test of this level from above, but also a good consolidation underneath that level, building a bit of momentum, a bit of pressure to break out through that level will also be a bullish sign. Moving into equities, and I want to take a look at Alibaba. I like the look of the chart here, and I especially like this level that we broke off. So this is the breakout level in and around the 172. You can see rejection from above, and when we broke below it, we tried a couple of times, tested that level until finally this month broke above it. So this is quite an important level on this market. Coming down into the weekly chart, and what we can see on the weekly chart, even though we don't have a trend here, we made a somewhat of an equal low to a lower low and burst into a higher high. We're looking a lot more bullish as we sit above this level, but we are overextended. What I do like about these lows over here, even though we don't have an uptrend, is the fact that as we made these equal lows, we do have divergence. The indicator are rising higher. We made a higher low on the indicators, so that is to me a more bullish sign. Now moving down into the daily time frame, and what we can see is on the daily we do have an uptrend, and the daily as well is overextended. Now we try to continue higher, but we seems to stall around this area, so I am looking for that pullback into the breakout level. And I'd like to also add the Fibonacci retracement of this latest move, and what we can see is that we have the 61.8% retracement clustering quite nicely with that breakout level with that strong level that we identified on the monthly, and we can see also previous touch here on the daily as well. So what I'll be looking for in this case is a pullback into the buy zone, the 10-20 moving averages, a bullish candle rejecting this strong level, and I'll be looking for a continuation of this strong move. Happy trading everyone, and I'll speak to you soon.